Do you want to start trading the stock market, but you struggle to find the time and balance this along a busy lifestyle or a full-time job? Well, in this video, I'm going to share with you how I managed to take a winning trade, simply trading from my mobile phone in just a total of about 10 minutes chart time. This trade was taken on the DAX, the German index market, and it was easily taken alongside a full-time job. Although I don't have a full-time employed job, I have a full-time job as a mother of three, and let me tell you, that can be more demanding. But I still managed to bag this winning trade on the DAX using just 2 time frames and a very simple strategy that follows the trend. So grab yourself a brew and meet me on the charts. If you are watching this video as a complete beginner and you don't have an account set up, you don't have a broker account, or you're not familiar with charting, then I recommend that you check out my free playlist here on YouTube. It is a free course in Forex trading, but most of the concepts you can apply to different markets, and it will teach you how to do these things, how to set up a demo trading account, and it's free. So I'll include a link to that below in the description. Assuming that you have your own account, that you are comfortable looking at price charts, I'm going to just share with you an overview of a trade that I took this week, how I was able to make a profit and trading in a very small amount of time on the charts, which is flexible and easy to fit into a demanding lifestyle or a full-time job. The first step that you have to think about is what time frame you're going to use. And for this process, I recommend just 2 time frames. Firstly, always start with the daily time frame. The daily time frame is the highest authority time frame. It is used by most banks, most institutions, and corporations, which means that the key levels are most often respected. It's easier to get a bias on a direction on the daily time frame. What does that mean? Whether the asset is going to go up or down. And there are 2 steps to analyzing a price chart on the daily time frame. First of all, you can look at the macro perspective, which means the long-term perspective. I would zoom out so that the candlesticks are quite small, and you can see here that generally this chart is in an uptrend. Although we have these sharp peaks down, periods of correction, it is generally in an uptrend over time. Then I would zoom in on the most recent price action on the daily, looking at just the past couple of months. And we can see that we have been in this period of drawdown where we've been making a correction. But most recently for this current month, price has been pushing up. We've had some large bullish candlesticks pushing up. So it's safe to say that we are currently looking to be more biased to the long side, looking for positions to buy, going long with the overall trend. The trade example that I'm sharing with you today, where I made a nice profit from 2 trades in the same direction, was taken on the Wednesday. So I've taken the charts back in time to show you what I was looking at before I took the trade and talk through the decisions that I made and why I chose to take this trade. On the daily time frame, this was the Wednesday morning, so I could see the current weekly candlesticks, the Monday and the Tuesday, which, as you can see here, are both green. This is really important because if we look, we're just looking at the current week, the Monday and the Tuesday, and then the data from the previous week. I'll highlight it here so that it's clear. This is the only information I'm interested in really on the daily time frame, because we can see that the current week we pushed up, we had the strong bullish candlestick up. The Thursday and the Friday we came down, had a little pullback, but most importantly on the Monday of this week we had a strong bullish push up, and then on the Tuesday we had this small little doji candlestick, but again it's green, which means that we've pulled back, we've created a support to the buy side, and we're pushing up. This would suggest to me that the market is ready to push up strongly with momentum, and I want to be in long ready for when it does. But where is the best place to buy? Once you have your bias from the daily, that's when I would suggest dropping to a faster time frame to find a precise entry, a stop loss order. So that's an order that would automatically get out if the trade goes against you to control your loser, and a take profit order, which would mean that it would automatically get you out in profit. And to do these 3 things, I would drop to the hourly time frame. Now you can drop to any time frame for this, but it depends on what type of trader you want to be. If you want to be a day trader, you can often use a really fast time frame, but if you want to trade around a busy lifestyle or a full-time job, this can often be called swing trading because you are trading the swings essentially, and you are going to be holding overnight. That's where I'd recommend the hourly time frame. So this is the hourly time frame taken back to just before the Wednesday open. This rectangle is one we drew from the daily time frame, and it shows the previous week. I'm going to just make this a little bit shorter actually and take it back to the current week, so we can clearly see the Monday and the Tuesday. In the current week, price is trading up. This confirms the long bias that we have. But as I said, where is the best place to get long? I'm going to just move this on to the London Open, which is where I would place my trade. There are a couple of options that you can use to help you to identify an entry. If you're a beginner, you may prefer to use an indicator such as an exponential moving average. Although I don't tend to use these very often in my trading, I do find, especially when I was at the beginning of my trading journey, I found that the 20 exponential moving average, the EMA, was a helpful tool to be able to gauge an entry for a trade. But the important thing to remember is you only want to use this when you are seeing a trending market, because if you just set orders at the moving average and expect to win, it's not going to happen most of the time, because it has to be moving, it has to be going in a strong direction to truly have any kind of impact on the market. All this EMA is an average of the movement over the past 20 periods. So this would be the last 20 hours. This is what the market is doing. So we're starting to get this trend forming. It's getting a nice up curve here. And as price came back down to this EMA and we started to build a support on it, you can maybe see, in fact, I will move this rectangle so we can see a little bit more clearly. We can see that the market came down to the EMA. We had this green bullish doji. It's engulfing, so it does engulf the previous candlestick, which means the bulls are coming back in at the EMA. That would be enough for me to warrant an entry long at this point here, which gives you a really nice place for a stop below this candlestick, below the EMA. Alternatively, the candlestick that followed, which was the 7 o'clock close, was a strong push up, showing the momentum come in. Obviously, everybody's commitments are different. If you have a full-time job, it may be that you'd be better setting a trade very early in the morning, and this would be a kind of entry that you'd be looking at. If there's a strong trending market forming and you've got that confirmation from the daily, that is key. This would be a good place to place your trade. I'm just going to take a quick moment to talk about the high stakes program that I am trading with the 5%ers. They actually have 3 programs available. So they have the hyper growth, which is a one-step program. I passed this program in 2024, accessing a fully funded $40,000 account. And I'm currently working through high stakes. I've also got my eye on the bootcamp program for trading my trading bot. The high stakes program is a 2-step challenge. That means you have to go through the challenge twice. The first time, the profit target in step 1 is 8%, and in step 2 this is reduced to 5% with an overall maximum loss of 10% on the account. So personally, I am risking 0.5% per trade, which gives me a nice buffer to keep me away from that maximum drawdown. I have my own risk plan in place when it comes to trading a prop account. If you want to know more, let me know in the comments below. But what I love the most about this plan with the 5%ers is the fact that it has a 0 amount of time to pass the program. I can take as long as I need, so it removes the time pressure. I only need to focus on keeping my mindsets and my emotions in check. If you want some more information, I have created a separate video, or of course you can find out some more information about the 5%ers if you feel ready to have a go for yourself in the description below. Removing the EMA, if you prefer to use pure price action, then something else I would suggest is to look at the market structure from the current week. So on the Monday, we have from the low here, a high, a pullback, a new high form here, a little pullback, a new high form here and a little pullback, and a little high and a pullback here. And then the new high that forms is kind of carried over, ranging onto the Wednesday morning. This is super simple, and sometimes that's how trading needs to be, is simple. Because what you can do with this information is you can look at the most recent pullback, which would be this one right here. We had this pullback. And you could use a tool such as the Fibonacci retracement tool. That's my favorite tool for doing to gauge an entry. And you could go from this pullback, from the bodies, the low of the bodies here, and drop it at the current high, which would be this point here, the current high of the day. I'm not including this because I'm just assuming that you're going to be doing this before these candlesticks had formed. And that brings up these three levels, the optimum trade entry, which are at the 62%, 70%, and 79% levels. You can see that price dipped down and we got a wick rejection, rejecting these levels. Again, those levels would be a really nice place to have a buy order sitting there with a stop probably just below this structure, which would give you room for a target, which we can talk about later. So that's a couple of ways that you can think about to place an entry, either using an EMA or pure price action with a Fibonacci retracement tool. So that is probably good for people who have to get up and go out all day for a full-time job. That would give you a bit of time, kind of like before 7 in the morning, 5 or 6, you have to put the work in to get something out of trading. But if you get up early and you look at the chart and you see something's forming like that, you can place a trade, place your stop loss, and place your take profit order. Although I have a busy lifestyle, I am able to dip onto the charts. So I basically had a look at the charts in the morning. I waited until I saw this pattern here at midday, because for me, when I saw this, I could see that during the London session, we had this wick here, and then during the London session at the end, the 11 o'clock close, we had another wick forming here. It was a second attempt to break the low of the day, and it rejected. And if price is rejecting those lows, that can only mean it's going to go up. And we had this bullish candlestick here. So this is where I got into my trade. I actually got into 2 positions. So I got in once here after this candlestick, and then I doubled up my position as price started pushing up here. It's not as clean as the previous 2 examples I gave you, but that's just because I didn't get onto the charts at that time. This is the thing with trading, there have to be some flexibility. And it's why the daily chart's so important, because once you get the right direction, then quite often you can sometimes get into a trade, even if it's not the perfect entry. Mine wasn't the perfect entry. I got in a little bit higher, but it still worked and it still paid off. For me, I set a 50 pips stop, which is my usual stop that I use with the DAX. It gives it enough room to move. And as I had 2 positions open, the higher position, I actually just had a 2-to-1 profit loss ratio. So I was risking 50 pips to make 100 pips. And with the other entry that was a bit lower at 45, I had a much larger profit target. In the end, I was targeting 10 times what I was risking, because I knew that once this market moved, it could move very well. If you want some advice about profit targets, let me know in the comments below. I could create a separate video on it. But as a guide, I generally hop to the daily and look for gaps on the daily of where I believe price will reach. And this is how it played out. At one point, price did come down and it got extremely close to my stop. See, this trade was actually placed at, I believe it was 60. So it was just a couple of pips off, but it held. And in the end, it did win, as you can see in my broker data. And something else that's important to remember is sometimes you just need time for the trade to play out. That's where swing trading comes in. So I placed my orders on the Wednesday and it didn't actually move until Friday afternoon, which meant that Thursday the market was mostly ranging. There wasn't much movement. And sometimes you've just got to be really patient as a trader and trust your plan. Trust the daily time frame. Trust if there is a trend, it will hold. And if it doesn't, that's what your stop loss order is for. It's a controlled loss and you can afford to take it, or at least you should be able to, which is why risk is really important. If you want some more information about the concepts I'm using, do check out my ebook, Forex Trading 101. It's a complete guide for beginners into trading. But look at that. That is an amazing trade outcome. In total, I made 12 times my risk on the trade. And there is even room for more, but you never get a perfect trade with a perfect entry and a perfect exit. But you can only do your best and learn from the decisions that you make. I would be super interested to learn from you guys on which part of this video you want to learn more about. Do you want to learn more about indicators, market structure, Fibonacci retracement, plotting profit targets? Do let me know in the comments below. Meanwhile, if you've enjoyed the video, let me know by hitting that like button, and I'll catch you in the next one. Thank you for watching. Bye.